We know what's happened in Paris. We know that the magazine published its latest edition. People are taking an offense in Pakistan, primarily Muslim country. And then we've got Tariq Fatah joining us, Toronto Sun columnist. This is being launched by the Ismaili Jamaat Talabah's Karachi wing.
That's the Muslim Brotherhood.
That's the Muslim Brotherhood?
The Indian version of the same. Islamic Jamaat Talabah would be the student wing, very militant, very indoctrinated group of people. But they're not the only one. There's a Canadian cleric involved with them.
And how so?
Well, he's there. He's saying,
I see. He went over?
He bought the Canadian passport, charmed everyone with a fatwa against terrorism, and when the entire Canadian intelligentsia was charmed, he got the passport, went over, and now lives in Pakistan, where he's considered the moderate, and he was part of this.
How violent are these people, typically?
Pretty violent. It's the mother of all violence, Pakistan. I mean, 100 people die a day, and most of the people killed are fellow Muslims.
Yeah, Muslim on Muslim.
Yeah, of course it is.
But that would be true of, I don't know, Chicago or any city in the United States. There's all kinds of people
that would not be motivated by...
That's my question. Is it religiously motivated?
Oh, obviously.
The 100 deaths a day?
Everything in Pakistan, its existence is based on the rejection of non-Muslims. Its foundation is structured on saying, we are pure. That's what Pakistan is. Pure people, pure land. India, impure. Non-Muslims, impure. The whole essence of creating a country where you would not have to live under a majority non-Muslim population. That's why I ask Pakistanis who come to Canada, either have you rejected the concept of non-Muslims being filthy, dirty, substandard, or you have come here just to be a fifth column.
Well, we are getting word, for instance, that some of these Pakistani organizers say, quote, making blasphemy cartoon of the Prophet is the worst act of terrorism. The sketchmakers must be hanged immediately. This is violence. They're promoting even more violence.
But they believe in that. The Pakistan Constitution allows them to do that. People have been killed for merely suggesting in a med school that the Prophet was not circumcised.
That happens on a regular basis.
The man went to prison. Somebody went inside prison purely for the sole purpose of murdering that man. Murdered the professor and then said, now you can hang me. I've done my duty to God.
By defending God's...
Absolutely. There is no gray area here, Pat. And the West is looking for gray areas by funding them. You can't bribe people who are brainwashed into believing that a cartoon maker deserves to die.
Well, they're funding them for lots of different reasons, including keeping their nuclear arsenal at bay. You know,
no, I don't think so.
Buy them off.
No, Pakistanis bribe senior officials in many countries. An assistant secretary of state is being investigated in America. So it's pretty bad. No one knows how to deal with these. People know how to deal with the Saudis. They know how to deal with the Iranians. But the Pakistanis, you simply don't know.
Why? Are they not organized? Or?
No, they are the masters of wickedness and crookedness and diplomacy. The ISI headquarters in North America is in Toronto.
Really?
Yes.
Do we know where? Is it a...
Pakistani consulate.
Oh, in the consulate. Oh.
Yes. Where else would you... Where do you think
Where
it
else
would
would
be?
you hide spies?
Disneyland? No.
So, well, I mean, the advantage of that is that, you know, like in all the movies, all you do is you follow the spies home and track them on a regular basis. I assume that that's what we do.
They don't do that. They are here primarily to oversee what happens in America.
As
it's
observers.
A very safe place, yes, yes. Their ultimate goal, the psyche of the Pakistani pan-Islamist, is the destruction of Western civilization.
So are those spies that you say are
Yes.
living here, are they here to disrupt our society?
Of course
like
they are.
right now?
Of course they are.
Well, you
Why
just said they
else
were
would-
observers.
Yeah, but because their prime objective is the United States of America. Canada is a safe place, a staging place where sleeper cells can be there for a dozen years, more, only to be activated when needed.
Do we think those exist in the Pakistani community in Toronto and Canada?
I can say with surety, yes. That's where the death threats come to me.
You've had death threats from this particular community? The Pakistani
Among other communities, yes. It is pretty serious, except we have not yet touched the surface. We don't know where to go beyond just talking about it.
Right.
I think the Prime Minister knows. I think our Citizenship Minister, Chris Alexander knows. I think Jason Kenney knows. I think Minister Blaney knows. I think the Cabinet is very much aware of it. I don't think RCMP or CSIS are on track on this issue.
Why?
I think the whole process the last 10 years was to do outreach. You know, go out, look at...
Be friendly. We're Canadians.
No, look out for people dressed like clowns and just admire them. Say, oh my God, that must be an intellectual. He's wearing such a long hat. A man dressed in a frock must be saying, you know... So you've got completely bowled. In cricketing language, you're knocked out. And you don't even know you're knocked out. The count is done to 10, and you're still waiting for somebody. In your mind, you think the count is just up to 3.
Turk, very insightful. Thank you.